Welcome back everyone to the Brickitect studio, and welcome to a very proud day in my life as a Lego builder. Those of you that have been with me for a while know that I love collecting creepy Lego. It's like my favorite thing. And if you think of creepy Lego sets, there is one set that stands above all other creepy Lego sets as the absolute creepiest. And that set is standing behind me right now, about ready to creep on me, because I just finished up the Darth Maul Bust. Look at this dude, or at least try to. I know he's haunting your soul right now. But I just finished the build on this, and I am so proud of myself for doing this. I should say, first of all, this was a set that was sent to us as a gift by one of our Patreon detectors by the name of Zach. You may know him as Zach Holmes of the Zach Lug. And he sent me all of the pieces to build this. This is pre-owned, all the pieces are used. But he sent me all of the bags full of red and black and a little bit of tan pieces. And I spent a lot of time trying to build this set because this happened to be the most difficult set that I've ever built in my entire life. I'm going to show you here why it's so bad. This is an example of what the instructions look like. So basically this is just one step. These are all the pieces that you need, whole pile of them. And then you come over here and the way you're building this is you're stacking the pieces on layers. So you're almost 3D printing this thing, and you can see the colored ones are ones that you're putting in and the white are ones that are already there. And it was so hard to try to figure out where exactly you are in the gist of this thing, because you're building like you're at this level or you may be at this level, and trying to figure out where those pieces are was so difficult. And this is one of the ones where I really had to sit down, pull all the pieces out of the collection here like this, and then sit down and be like, okay, where do these go? Let me try to see where those ears are, and then come in, and oh my gosh, it was a nightmare, but no more nightmarish than how it looks when it's done, and I just love it for that reason. I didn't really have any issues with the build other than it being very difficult and time consuming, other than the fact that right here on his cheeks, and I'm gonna try to turn you into the light so you can see a little better, these three pieces right here, at one point I had them out one stud too far, and I noticed it right about here. So I had to kind of peel him open a little bit, as weird as that sounds, and then put those studs in one space further, and it actually worked. But I've heard stories of people that have built this and it hasn't been so good. You got, like, maybe you got up here and you realized that way down here there was an issue, and trying to go back and fixing that it's terrible. But I got very lucky that everything went really well. This all looks really nicely. Actually, I did have an issue. I should be honest with you, and I'm kind of remembering this for myself now. At the very end of this, I had 4 pieces left over, and it was these right here. My lighting's escaping me right now, but these are like those little curved pieces. They kind of look like L shapes. I had 4 of those left over, and I went and watched Bricksar's video. It was actually his son, They Might Be Bricks' video on this guy. And I was like, let me see if I can see it from the video, because there wasn't much online for resources on how to build it. And I noticed on mine he was missing those, so I just ended up putting those in, and they're right there, and it worked out perfectly. Also had my horns a little wrong as well, because when you get to the very end, it's so hard to tell. And I got those fixed too, hopefully. This is how he's supposed to look, and man, I just love it. I love this build so much. I think as a display piece, out of all the stuff that I have sitting back here, and you can judge this for yourself, I think this is going to be the most striking. And I'm excited to put it back there. But before I do that, take you around, show you the back. Not much to see back here. You can kind of see what the light reflecting off some of the contours that's on there. And as you go down, you can see how it looks. That's just so awesome looking, man. His ear, you can see like the little earring thing in there, or whatever you want to call that little stud. But that's his ear. There's his horns, as I mentioned earlier. Hopefully I have those built right. If I have those wrong, you let me know. I'll fix it if I need to. His eyes. This is what makes a Lego set creepy. If it has eyes, it's just naturally kind of creepy, and it's something that kind of haunts you. And this is like, man, I just love it. Mrs. Brickitect, she hates this build. I had it sitting on the table, and she made me turn it while we were eating dinner. I mean, obviously, do you want this guy showing up at dinner, just sitting across from you looking at you? Probably not. But look at that. I really wish Lego would do more like this. In fact, I think if they made this today, you'd lose a lot of these studs. They'd have all the curved pieces on there. He would look so good. Before, you know, I used to make fun of Creepy Yoda up here for being creepy. You got nothing on Darth Maul, my friend. In fact, let's bring him over here. I got a little spot made for him. He's going to be sitting right behind us here, and I'm curious to see how he looks with all this other Star Wars stuff. I think he's going to fit right in. The moment of truth. He's coming off. I do want to show you one other thing before we put him over there. As I dangle it hastily over the ground, we do have a Lego brick back there that I think you can see somewhat there on his back area. But that bus is really cool, as is the head. And if I bring him down here, you guys, if you want to see him in the same shot as me, somebody will make a meme out of this. But what's more creepy, me or this guy? Please don't say me. Probably me, but oh my gosh, it's so good. Let's bring it back here. As I just drop it right now, probably be the best thing I ever did for my channel. But I don't want that to happen. And there he is. Look at that dude. I love it. I love it so much. Out of all this stuff, I love that. Wow. I just feel so fortunate to have this in my collection. It's remarkable, man. He's gonna be back here. He's gonna be looking at you guys. We're gonna be making videos. Like, this is where we do, this is our table here. And if I set you guys up, I mean, this is a really bad example because I'm using not the camera that I would typically use for this, but if we pull a chair over here and we go to have a seat. Let's see if you guys can see it. Yeah, it'll be somewhat like this. He's back there. I don't know if I can even live this way. I don't know if I can trust him being back there staring at me. It's terrifying, but that's why I love it. This is why I love collecting creepy Lego. It's so fun. It's so good looking. If you guys have any recommendations for other creepy Lego sets, let me know. Nothing more creepier than this guy, I'm sure, but I'm into it. I like that creepiness. I just noticed my little R2-D2 had taken a fall. This shelving isn't very good for small stuff like that, but here's a look at my Star Wars stuff if you guys are into such things. Some of you probably are. I love these buildable figures. If you can't tell, this is my Philly Brickfest purchase. I like the helmets, all that stuff, but that absolutely takes the cake for epicness in my Lego collection. I need like a light cast down on him, or maybe below him. Something like that, just to make it look even more dramatic. Let's have a little bit of fun right now. I want to try something if you guys don't mind. We just got to close some curtains up over here and here. And of course here, if you are just in time, watch this. Lights off. Look at this shelf over here, Clark, man. Holy moly.
Darth Maul next to the Vaders and Grievous. And Boba Fett.
Yes.
Perfect.
Oh, I love that so much. I don't think I could be any more terrified. Could you?
I love him so much. I love you, Darth Maul. Thank you, Clarkman.
You want to give him a kiss? Rah! I didn't like that very much.
I do want to be married, he says. I want to be married with my little mother.
That's a little different. But man, Red takes him to a whole nother level down here.
It gets him like, oh no.
Let me step back and see what he looks like. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just geeking out on this. I love it. It's so great. I don't know what this is. But there you go. I want to send out a huge thank you to Zach from the Zachlog for sending this over our way, man. That you made this Lego Collector's Day. In the world of creepy Lego, there is no greater gift than the Darth Maul Bus. And if you haven't built this set yet, try to find a way to get the pieces. They're all pretty basic except for a couple cylinders inside that you never see, so you can sub those out. But outside of that, it turns into this awesome piece. And you won't regret it. Although you may. You probably will. After you look at this thing every day, you're probably going to regret it. What do you think, Clark, man? Too scary to keep on a shelf, or?
Not scary at all.
Not scary at all. Okay.
Yeah.
That's where he's going to be.
Forever.
Thanks for joining our studio, Darth Maul.
You're welcome.
We'll see you in the next video.
I wish I had a hand to handshake you, says Darth Maul. Coming
soon. We make a whole statue.
Oh.
That'd be amazing.
Statue Darth Maul.
Oh, dude.